everybody, welcome back to the Absolute Zeroes podcast. I'm your host, Josh, and with me tonight, we got my boy Daz over here.
Hey, yo!
And over in the corner, he does not have superpowers. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's Mr. Know-It-All.
What's up, my know-it-alls? I am loving life, and no, I do not have superpowers that you know of.
That you know of. Hey, so I want to open this. I want to open this podcast, this episode with a bit of a joke in the style of Jeopardy for 500 points. What is 3.5 million files and still has all the important names redacted?
It's a good one.
I don't know. You know what, Mr. Know-It-All, I think for once,
the
I
true
don't have
manuscript
any.
of the Bible.
The true manuscript of the
Good
Bible.
answer, good answer. Let's see it
We
up
all
on the
know that's
board.
the Torah.
It's like, oh man, it's terrible.
Wait, I've got it.
Yeah.
The actually good Star Wars Disney sequels that we didn't get.
Damn.
Oh, that was good.
Fate, Duel of the Fates, everyone. Duel of the Fates, episode 9. Yes.
Yes.
No, the correct answer would be the half of the Epstein files. Da. Woo!
Bah.
All right.
Love it.
And, yep, that's where we're gonna get. Okay, I'm... Josh, are you outside my house with a laser pointer right now?
You don't know that.
He's like, I should be concerned about this.
It's probably fine.
Yeah. No, yeah. The Department of Defense dropped like half of the Epstein files, and hey, I think they learned from their mistake last time. They didn't redact the names in Word this time.
Oh my god, they actually took a marker and were like,
They actually took a marker and was like,
there's some office that just reeks of like Sharpie marker.
It's like, okay, we can't let this government personnel get fired, and let this personnel get fired, and but we can release the names of the victims. That's this one. Their addresses. God damn this nightmare! This is nightmare fuel.
True story. No, it's real.
Anyways, moving away from the Epstein files because that's a bombshell. That's a bombshell.
What have we got going on today? What's the
Dude, have either of you watched Wonder Man on Disney Plus?
Yeah. Yet? Oh my gosh, so much yes. All the yeses. Oh.
No.
Bro, you would be so amazing if you. Oh god, you need to see this.
Oh, what the fuck? Wait, hold on. This looks dope. Okay, wait.
Really
now,
cool.
Mr. Know-It-All, I know we have both had some very big feelings about Captain America and how he was a fucking side character in his own movie recently.
Yeah.
Is this Marvel's first like well-represented black superhero in the MCU right now? Other than Blade, obviously.
I would argue, yeah. And mainly because people are like, but Wonder Man is actually a light guy in the comics. Look, normally I would be like, I don't know, they race bent it. I never cared about Wonder Man in the comic books. He literally mattered not one iota to me. If anything, if they've made him more interesting enough for me to care, then yes, this is a wonderfully, and it's great.
100%.
I love this so much.
100%.
Yeah.
I love this. I love this this show because to me it's more of a meta critique and meta just like a window into Hollywood and what goes behind the scenes in Hollywood. Also, how some actors are when they're doing like in rehearsals and just interviews and whatnot. It's like Simon does a fantastic does fantastic in this role, and the actor's name is Yahya Abdul Mateen II, and him and Ben Kingsley do fantastic. Like, this is so Ben Kingsley's best acting role in the MCU to date.
I don't want to spoil it for you because now I feel like I can't. I need him to see it the way it's.
This is why I told you to watch it, Des.
No,
I
it's
have
okay.
time. It's okay. I don't care about spoilers. I enjoy things for the story as a whole.
Like how it unfolds. That's how I am too. I tell
Yeah.
people, listen, tell me spoilers. I don't care.
There are
I will
very
say-
few things in this world where I will get upset about spoilers. Dispatch was one of
Fair.
them because I was waiting for 9.5 months.
Dang.
I will say, rip Josh Gad. Hopefully he comes out of Doormat soon.
But I also, while we're here, I wanted to say I think this guy is kind of giving me Blade vibes with the way that they've created his character. Because I want to give you a side by side, right? I'm gonna put it in the VC chat here.
Yeah.
Blade from the comics, Wonder Man. Blade from the comics, Wonder Man. Do you see what? Do you kind of see the vibes?
I can absolutely
facial
see
hair,
the vibes.
same haircut, very similar, like hard leather accents. Like, I really think that everybody wanted a beautiful Blade film, and they're just like, you know what? Let's just give all of the fucking drip to Wonder Man, and it sounds like it's paying off in dividends.
This is the Blade movie we never got.
Dude,
you know,
look
man?
at that. That is that's amazing side by side, man. That really is so
yeah, I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to like the B and C lister superheroes. So I immediately was like, oh shit, that's dope.
Now all we need is an actual Blade actor to be in the MCU and to just roll up on Doom in Doomsday and he's like, where's my fucking money, man?
That's exactly how it'll go. I agree with that.
Exactly how it's gonna go. Exactly.
Well, also, wait, you ready? Like, because there's also there's a still that I'll take from the Blade movies. Whereas his eyes are all kind of like freaky. Hold on. And it's just like, this feels a little obscene, I would argue. Where is it? Here we go. They have this like glowing effect that they apply to them in pretty much every scene where they just push as much light into this dude's eyes as possible. Look at this.
Oh,
every single like shot where he's using his powers, big bright. And it looks like I saw a few screen caps where this dude has hella light in his eyes. So I definitely think whoever is on probably like film direction, maybe a big Blade fan. I'm gonna put that out there. That's gonna be my prediction for the episode.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Fair. No, that's fair.
I honestly wouldn't put it past them. But so Wonder Man is a superhero show without being a superhero show. Like,
yeah, exactly.
There aren't any spectacular over the top fight scenes in this. We barely ever see any like actual powers, and the majority of the time is focused on Yaya and Ben Kingsley and their relationship and the amount of pressure that Simon Williams puts on himself to portray the roles that he's given in this. Like, in the first couple episodes, like, dude was all over the place. Like, his headspace was just way too much involved with, like, how he thought the backstory of the inconsequential backstories of these small characters should be portrayed. Like, he was getting in his own way in a sense, and it's like, that's very real for a lot of actors, a lot of up and coming actors.
So as a recovering narcissist, I think for me, the most fascinating part, honestly, was watching the narcissism of an actor. And I mean that, and I don't mean that like people do all the time, oh, narcissist, but like literally his whole world is his career, and which is not shown as a strength, though people will be like, oh, but he's focused. But like his relationships and his family have suffered because of it.
Yeah.
And it's so funny when what I got from the way Trevor, Ben Kingsley's character, kind of glommed onto him beyond the reason that happens in universe, but like the reason it got deeper emotionally was because I feel like he saw a lot of himself before he became the Mandarin, and he's like, dude, if you're not careful, you're gonna go on the road that somebody's gonna make you a villain one day. You got to stop it. You know, I don't know. I feel like it was a weird cautionary tale there that was real kind of underlining, and to see him sort of come like when there's this part. Okay, one thing I'll spoil. There's a part where there's a reporter who wants to interview some people in his life and stuff.
Oh yeah.
He is so worried. He's worried his girlfriend's gonna out him as being something terrible. He's worried his brother, who's already had a scene where his brother's like, "Why don't you get a real job?" It's the classic, your family doesn't understand what you do until you make it big, and and the whole time he's scared, only to find out he's like, the reporter's like, "No, your brother said he was against your career, but he's proud of you and thinks the world of what you're doing." And he was like, "Oh, okay." Like, that's how narcissists are. We don't believe anybody's not out to get us. You know what I mean? Like, on some deep-seated level. And so when I watched this, I was like, oh, I was fast. I felt seen. I was like, yes, you get it, sir. But no, I was really appreciative that they did it in a way that was realistic for me anyway, to look at and go, yeah, man, wow, look how destructive your behavior is, all for what? To become an actor? It was good.
Yes, yeah.
What? I can really fuck with that. I really, really like that.
No, yeah, it's
not
cool.
The whole like getting rocked, but I love that.
No,
they haven't been derivative about it, right?
Right. Yes, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like this show is fantastic because it not only gives us a great story, but it gives us questions in each episode, and I feel like each episode answers those questions right away. Like in the episode with the family, where they go meet his family, the big question at the end of the episode is, who is Doorman? Next episode, Doorman.
Yeah, it's and that was, by the way, landmark.
Oh,
they do so good.
Beautiful episode. Love that episode.
Shocked. Yeah. Pre-warning, heads up for you, Daz. It's all black and white. That episode, because it's supposed to be technically him a memory.
Oh,
like,
that's
literally
fine. I really like Sin City.
Yeah.
Have you watched?
Oh my God! It had a vibe like that.
Oh,
it totally did.
I can see that. What's really interesting is the cameos or the teases in this, because obviously the big one is Doorman, and everyone's like, oh hey, we're getting closer to like
Great Lakes Avengers or whatever, West Coast Avengers.
Yeah, all those the D and E tier list Avengers, the big one that I don't think a lot of normies actually caught was his brother, Simon's brother, is supposed to be Grim Reaper in this.
Dude.
And if you know in the comics, originally Grim Reaper is a white dude as well. So that is a big change from the character, and I'm honestly perfectly fine with that. Like, we honestly really don't need like another like D-list villain. Like, I would love to see Grim Reaper, but I mean, the dude played his brother great. Like, he played him like a overbearing like judgmental brother type, and I'm honestly perfectly fine with that. Like, they don't even need to make him someone major in the comics. Like, if you didn't know who his brother was, that would be totally fine to the character as well.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I love the fact that they didn't. He knows he has abilities. So this isn't that kind of origin story where he's just sort of discovering it. But what I love is the fact that because they set things in motion, and I don't want to spoil stuff because I do want Daz to see it pretty cold if possible, as cold as you can. But the one thing I loved about it is they make it very clear having powers is not a good thing for him. It is a liability. It could lose him his career. He could get in trouble with the law or Department of Damage Control. And it's like this whole thing that felt very honest in a way that I was like, oh, okay, I'm down then. And it's funny. It's an origin story that didn't feel like an origin story, or at the very least told an interesting enough story that I didn't care I was watching an origin story. And that's the hard part. I'll tell you right now, I'm not really spoiling much. He does not fight mirror version of himself, so it doesn't suffer from that old trope. There's no like dynamic guy who he fights or something. Like, it's, I was like, okay, right on. And they did a really good job. And the end, there's no big like monster cloud thing. I'm not going to spoil the ending, but the ending I thought was perfect.
Oh yeah, the ending was great. Ending was definitely great. It didn't feel like your traditional season finale. It felt like the penultimate episode. But after looking at it, it's like over the entire season, like that feels right.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Right.
done with this character for now, and we'll get back to him when we get to him. And it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of exactly what the director and people in charge are thinking as well. It's like they don't really have plans for season 2, but if they did, it would be a bit later for Wonder Man.
I kind of like that though. You know, I think right now, for instance, would be the perfect time for us to get another season of
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. You already knew where I was going.
Oh my god, I love Moon Knight.
Like, please, where's that season 2? They've been in development for years.
For real. I don't know. What's his name said it doesn't look like it's going to be likely anytime soon.
I don't think they're doing a season 2 of Moon Knight, are they? I don't think.
No, I think he'll probably come in and as a thing.
In Doomsday.
In Midnight Suns. No,
Midnight Suns. Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. So it looks like, okay. According to Reddit.
Oh, God. Grain of salt.
Season 2, right? A Moon Knight season 2 was planned, but then it got turned into the movie. The movie's in pre-production for a while before getting silently canceled.
Yeah, I think
really?
Jesus, I think the season 2 was like in pre-production right before COVID started. So it was like all that.
Honestly, that makes a lot of sense because they had the overbloat of Marvel and Star Wars at the same time, and they were getting really shit numbers on everything. Even though Moon Knight did really well, it was pretty critically acclaimed.
Yeah. And what's cool is for Wonder Man is the if you take this for what it is, the tomato meters or the scores on Rotten Tomatoes are pretty much neck and neck, 90% and 88% on Rotten Tomatoes. So this is really good.
And critics and fans never agree about anything. That's the only time I trust the tomato meter is when they align, when the stars align like that. I go, ooh, it's real.
Ooh, you know, I will say, that's a good exception. You know what's on the flip side? On the flip side of that, there's
yes, sir.
There's fucking Melania. And...
Oh, see, I knew you were gonna bring us.
Okay.
But hey, the audience, but the audience it's going for seemingly loves it. You gotta respect the game. I'm like, look, y'all, you love your movie? Dope.
I do not believe that for a minute because so just purely going off the scores on Rotten Tomatoes, 5% on the tomato meter, 98% on the popcorn meter. I don't believe that popcorn meter whatsoever because I fully believe those are bot accounts, because if you actually look at the numbers, if you actually look at the theater seating arrangements, a lot of them are very much the same seating arrangements blocked out, and you can ask theater goers or theater management. It's like not a lot of people went to see that.
See, the problem is in my town, like, you have to understand where I come from. I'm in the Bible Belt. I'm in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Our theaters has been sold out for that movie for the last 2 weeks, like ahead of time. Like, it was sold out. And I have a friend of mine who worked, and I was like, dude, is this legit? And he goes, yeah, man. And here's the next statement he made: the old people love it. I said, seriously? He goes, everybody who's walking in the door is easily 50 or above.
He's like, listen, man,
wow.
I'm not sure if you knew this, but I saw somebody cough dust. I've never seen that before. They should probably get that checked out. I was like, damn. And then he went on to say, I'm pretty sure I saw him in a painting in a museum. And I was like, whoa, that's fucked up. You know?
Yeah. Well, then he says, they're not buying concessions, though. And I was like, no, of course not.
Of course they're not.
That makes sense, bro. That makes sense.
I just wanted to point that out because that's
right?
Fucking hilarious, like, differential between.
That's hilarious.
But no, so the big news of the weekend, of last weekend, is that Markiplier's Iron Lung did phenomenal in theaters. Like, at this moment, I believe it came out just under Sam Raimi's Send Help. And it came
Right on.
in number 2 around just under $18 million on a budget of $3 million, all self-funded by Markiplier. And this is honestly the best outcome for this movie, because like it's made by a YouTuber. It's a indie production, and the fans drove out for this.
I want to jump in here because I got so many thoughts as resident horror nerd, right?
Yeah.
So first off, I want to crown this as my favorite cosmic horror film of all time.
Really?
Hands
Fair.
down.
Wow.
Fair.
And that is like quite... Cosmic horror is one of my favorite types of horror.
Yeah.
The reason why is throughout the film... Have you guys watched it?
Yes. Obviously. I told you I've watched it.
I know. I was giving like the general...
Oh, okay. I have not, but I'm okay. I'm familiar with it. I've researched a lot about it. I didn't get a chance to go see it.
I will try to not ruin some of it for you, at the very least.
Okay.
I will say, if you've ever thought of watching Markiplier's Let's Play on his YouTube channel about it, you've basically watched the movie.
Okay, cool.
I
actually
wouldn't say
did.
that.
No, but I did watch
wouldn't
that
quite
actually.
Say that. I think you get a lot more background information.
Yes.
Because I went in completely blind, and then I played the game. But
Really?
that aside, right? Moving back in. Oh, yeah. And that's how I know it was fantastic. Because I wanted to do that on purpose so I could get
fair.
it from a purely cinematic experience perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So the notes I wrote down were, Markiplier clearly understands that cosmic horror is a slow burn. It is supposed to be a slow, horrifying descent into madness. And I think he hits those notes with, like, zero issue.
Yeah.
My problem is this film could have been 20 minutes shorter. I think if he took about 5 minutes of content from other parts of the film that kind of dragged on, the end of the film would have been serviced in it, because you'll see what I mean, where I love this rubber band effect he has, where it's like, we're at a 0, we're going back to 40. 0, now we're going to 60. 0, now we're going to sit at that like 30 to 40 range, and suddenly we're at 100 and the movie's over. And that aggressive tonal shift for the last, I would say, 30, 40 minutes of the movie would be more impactful if we took out some of the fluff. And then the only other really big note I had here is, other than this is probably my number 3 horror movie of all time now, is
really?
I think that the fact that this is a room film, similar to Saw was a room film. Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a singular room film.
Right.
There are sound stages that are used, for sure. But they are so few and far between, I would still consider this a room film.
He made great use of that gimbal, the giant gimbal that the ship is built in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It looks the uses of it's funny, when we were in pre-production on the pilot we were gonna do. I wrote a spec script for Warner Brothers, and one of the scenes I remember I was talking to some FX guys, and I was like, how in life would I do this? And he goes, you need to get a giant gimbal. He's like, because everything you're talking about doing has to spin, and the actors have to be able to feel the tension of it. He's like, you don't want to try to do that with effects. You want a gimbal. And I was like, really? And I never envisioned it.
Well,
so when I saw it, I was like,
oh,
very, so cheaper. And I was like, oh my God, it's a gimbal. It's the giant gimbal like we talked about. I was so excited. I was like, that would have been awesome.
But
Anyway.
yeah, and because of the fact that he relies on those practical effects, and because of the fact that you can see so much attention to detail in every scene, to the point when there's callbacks, I notice new things in that scene that were there before.
Yeah.
Because I'm also going to watch it again with my wife and my family, because I went to go watch it with my buddy for his birthday down in Dallas, which was a fucking drive. But I really cannot overstate. Please go watch it. Please go watch it. Even if you don't like Markiplier, go watch it. You'll enjoy it.
I actually think Markiplier is brilliant in a lot of ways. I was
same.
really taken back by him when I
think
first
he's
found
a
out
really
who he
great
was.
Dude.
Yeah.
And I think that he's so incredibly talented, it's almost unfair. And I think that said, there's still people who sip on the haterade about him. So even if you don't like them, don't do yourself the disservice. Go watch it. Go experience it when it's in theaters like it's meant to be experienced, because it is an experience.
Yes, it absolutely is. And it is still in theaters. It is still showing up in theaters. So yes, I will 100% say it is a theatrical experience. It's definitely, you can definitely tell that Mark understands the lore of this game exponentially well. Like, he adores the lore of this game. He does a phenomenal job as his very first acting role, mind you. Like,
that's not true. 90%. He did his own YouTube show.
Theatrical release. Release. Like, 90% of this movie is Markiplier. Is like, there's a couple scenes. There's a scene where he is pulled into like a group session, but other than that, it's basically him throughout the entire movie. But this has really cemented him as a credible actor as well as director, I think.
Right on, man.
Because he has said that if this does well, maybe there will be more movies in the future. Who knows? But this is definitely, in my opinion, this is definitely a showcase, a test case basis for YouTubers to enter the theatrical space.
So my first feeling about it is I immediately think about Stuckman's movie and his horror movie. And the reason, because you have two different paths in front of us. The first is obviously the Shelby Oaks template, which is a very classic Hollywood template, where you go, you find a producer, you find whatever, blah, blah, you make your movie, you find budget, the whole 9 yards. But then you have Markiplier's sort of take on it, which is, hey, we're making the obscene amount of money that people think we are. We need to let's just forget all that nonsense. Go directly to people who have the IPs, you talk to them yourself, do your own thing, and go make this leap. And then he found somebody willing, an actual financier willing to sit here and say, you know what, I'm going to take a bet on you. And then dude did his own research and finds out, oh my God, this Markiplier guy is legit. And then he really opens up the floodgates and is like, we're going to get you in theaters. Yeah. We're going to do this right. And I'm like, that is such an amazing model. I'm like, guys, everybody's like, AI democratize things. The truth is, like, people with means and the ability who want to just tell your story, tell your effing story. Between the phone in your hand that can actually film stuff, just do it. Markiplier did it. He happens to have more resources, whatever. That should never stop you. He still did a thing.
And you want to know, what's even more impressive is the fact that this was originally only supposed to be in like 50 to 100 theaters, and then it blew up into over 4,000 theaters across the globe.
That's it.
Let me cut in here. So a couple things. I do want to say, the movie being 2 hours long is a testament to Mark's ability to write, because it was written by him as well.
Yeah.
And the original game is about an hour. Now,
that's hilarious.
Here, right? Isn't that insane? Is I want to point to another, I would argue, much lesser known creator that has been releasing their own stuff, and they're like very, very similar quality short films that I fucking love.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of Crypt TV?
I have.
That sounds super familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crypt TV has been doing kind of self-published stuff since, I want to say, like 2015 or something like that.
Crypt TV is a self-published indie horror studio.
Mm-hmm. And I think they have like a streaming service now, but
I believe so.
I mean, you can still watch most of their stuff on YouTube completely free, and you should. And I think that there are so many, and they started with no like super cool like Markiplier type. They were just a small conglomerate of people who, were like-minded individuals. They were like, hey, I just love what I do, and I'm gonna fucking do it, so help me God. Mm-hmm. Which I think is awesome,
And a good,
absolutely.
a good majority of their content is just like phenomenal, and how well it's made and written and like captured on film. It's great. Crypt TV. If you guys are checking out, or if you guys are looking for them, Crypt TV on YouTube. Obviously, they've got 3.75 million subscribers or followers, so don't really
There's
need
a chance
any.
you've probably already watched one of theirs on TikTok or YouTube Shorts or whatever without realizing it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. Dude, Iron Lung, phenomenal movie. It has its issues, obviously. Like the first hour is very much a slow burn, but then after that you get picked up. My take on horror, or my thoughts on horror is, if the movie gets me to squint my eyes or just close one of my eyes out of just terror, that's a great movie, and that's what happened.
Okay, fair. That's fair.
Like,
yeah. That's
I mean,
real.
I wouldn't even say that it's necessarily like incredibly scary. I think it just does that cosmic horror unease very well.
yeah, absolutely, yeah, definitely, and by far the most amount of blood in a single production ever.
Unreal.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean,
they broke the record.
Extreme, bro.
They broke the record.
Extreme.
No, they totally didn't. I can think of Terrifier just off the top of my head.
Terrifier, really?
Nah.
Yeah, Terrifier's all gore. That's the whole thing. Have you watched the Terrifier films? Terrifier 3?
Yeah, but Iron Lung has like hundreds of gallons of blood being used.
No, I would definitely disagree there. I think Terrifier 3 is a much more bloody, gory film. I think that there's a soundstage where they filled a sub with some blood, yeah, and I think using some interesting techniques as far as like the way that they were shooting, they were able to make it appear much worse. But yeah, I would still say that I think if we were just gonna say raw blood, maybe, but I think if you look at Terrifier 3, you'll see what I mean. If you haven't watched it yet, you should. It's also very, very good.
All right. There's a little bit of homework for everyone. Terrifier 3. Okay, so in other just astonishing news, we have Brandon Sanderson optioning his works for like the big screen, for streaming, and it's like, this is unprecedented because.
But that's not all.
Yeah,
he did the J.K. Rowling. He made sure he has creative control.
No,
like,
he did.
bro,
He did something that J.K. Rowling
smart.
can't even claim. He has 100% complete control of his property.
So does she. Every single decision has to be run by her for everything. Even though she's not actually involved in the production of the show, they had to run everything past her, and she had to sign off on all of it. He was smart. Brandon Sanderson was smart. He was like, "I've seen what they did to Wheel of Time." He didn't say that. I'm saying that for him. But it's like, I saw what they did with that, and I thought it was going to be okay, and then ended up not. I want to be more involved. I'm sorry, you're not taking on my stuff. I would argue he's one of the most prolific fantasy. I love him. He's one of the most prolific fantasy writers. I was introduced to him when he finished the Wheel of Time series, and his writing was a breath of fresh air. And then later on, when I saw that he wrote the book adaptation for, there was a sword game that was literally just looping through, and it was it was a mobile sword game, and Infinity Blade. He did the book adaptation of the game. And it was brilliant, and I followed him ever since. I read the Mist book. I'm like, he's knocked down. I am so excited for these. God, I'm so excited, and his level of involvement and control makes me so like, oh, good sir, good for you.
Yes. So if you don't know, if you've been living under a rock for some reason, Brandon Sanderson is arguably, if not the most prolific fantasy writer of all time. If go to your public library, ask if they have a Brandon Sanderson section. They will have an entire section for Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah.
Like, as of recording this episode, he's probably written at least 3 more books that we don't know of. That's how many books he writes.
Did he make The Way of Kings?
Say again. You went out. Say it again.
Did he make The Way of Kings? Was that him?
The Way of Kings.
It doesn't sound familiar.
I don't think so. Let me take a look.
Oh yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Did he?
Yeah, it's the first book in his in the series. You're right. It was The Way of Kings.
Yeah, that one.
For some reason,
yeah, that one.
Way of Kings, Road of Radiance, Oathbringer. Yeah, those
I have not read Brandon Sanderson. I plan to this year, but So his connected universe, the Cosmere, is what has been optioned to Apple TV.
Yeah,
and everyone is going bananas because
I'm so excited. Apple TV.
He made that announcement, and everyone was going ballistic. Like everyone was like, "Holy shit, who's this going to?" And he looked at Apple TV and was like, "Yeah, I'm going over you. You guys make some good shit."
They do, and I'm so excited. They're gonna do it so good.
My issue with Apple TV as a service is, unlike a lot of other services where there is consistently something every single season that's really good that's coming out that I want to watch, Apple TV comes out with maybe 2 seasons worth of actually good watchable content a year.
See, that's crazy to me. I've seen them as so I've seen them as so hyper level prestige. Mind you, I'm not into everything they do, but I've never heard a bad thing about the things they do. Everything from Foundation to Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
I got you.
For me,
I'm not into everything that they're making.
Yeah, for me, I look at Apple TV as more the high class, the high guard of streaming, because you got your Netflix slop, which just produces garbage every single year and cancels seasons left and right, like Fox used to back in the day. Then you got HBO Max, which gives us pretty decent to quality content every year. Then you got Disney Plus, which gives us decent enough content every year. Then you got Peacock, and God, how many streaming services are there at this point? Then you got Tubi, which gives you the most wildest creations ever.
Deep cuts. But they also give you deep cuts. Tubi's got Battlestar Galactica. They've got Babylon 5. I'm like, where did you guys go? Like,
how did you guys get these rights?
They went through the bargain bin of license rights where studios were
they went through the Walmart $5 bargain bin.
They're like, I
do see a lot of sci-fi originals on Tubi, to be fair.
To be fair. But yeah,
it reminds me of early Sci-Fi Channel.
Yes, I think the only other streaming service I can think of that I at least hold in high prestige is Amazon Prime. Most of their originals are kind of bangers.
I can see it. Yeah, Amazon and Apple TV, and then HBO Max are my top 3 in streaming services or streaming productions.
I'm a big Crunchyroll enjoyer.
How much original stuff does Crunchyroll make?
Crunchyroll makes a decent amount of original stuff every year. Maybe like a couple 3 animes.
That's cool. No, that wasn't like an attack question. I'm genuinely curious. Like, what are they?
Oh no, you're good. I wasn't taking.
Because I know I know like Netflix and some others are actually like they're making concerted efforts to try to get into making anime stuff, and I was like, oh wow, cool.
I know Crunchyroll made. I think the 2 that I think I've enjoyed the most that they've made were I think it was God of High School, which is the one they made with Webtoon. That one was really good. I enjoyed it. And I don't usually enjoy fighting anime. It was just so outlandish that I was like, this is pretty good. And then I'm pretty sure, didn't they either produce or publish Solo Leveling?
I don't know. Actually, thinking of streaming services and whatnot, did you guys see the announcements for Amazon's live action God of War casting? Like
I did. It's so good.
They released like the full adult cast for their God of War, and it does look like they're not going for the 2018 video game adaptation. It looks like they're going straight into Ragnarok with this.
Yeah. So they're definitely they've cast his son. Yeah. Like his kid is going to be in the thing. So like they're serious about making sure that the story. It's, oh my god! I looked for a second like Mr. Beast was the one that just then.
Sorry, please no.
Sorry, we're sharing a screen, seeing the graphic. I was like, what? Anyway, no, yeah, man, I was surprised, but I guess I'm glad because there's so much history that I think it would almost be an insult to the audience to sit here and be like, oh, we're going to start at the beginning and tell that whole story when, I mean, come on.
Can I just say, too, that even if they did do it from the beginning, I just think that
I wouldn't mind it.
I wouldn't mind it, but it's been rehashed so much, it would be much more difficult to do that well than what they're doing, and I'm cool with them taking the safe bet. I think some people would be bitchy about it, but for me, if you really want to enjoy the entire God of War storyline, go play the games.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or just go watch YouTube. Poor man's GameStop, dude. I used to do that all the time when I was a kid. Couldn't afford the video game? I'm gonna watch this guy play it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go through the list that I have here on Yahoo Entertainment. So we have Ryan Hurst as Kratos, and he played Thor in the Ragnarok game. We have Max Parker as Heimdall, which is actually a really good likeness. We have
He does very good likeness.
We have Olafur Dari Olafsson as Thor, and we have Teresa Palmer as Sif, and another really good likeness. And what's phenomenal about this is we have Maddie Patkin as Odin. You guys don't know he played Inigo Montoya in The Princess Bride.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I do want to say, I saw some people bitching on Twitter that the voice actor of Kratos isn't going to be Kratos, and I was like, dude, he's a 70-year-old man.
Exactly.
What do you want from him?
Exactly.
How is he going to be throwing hooks and... No, man, I don't want him to break his hip and then suddenly he, expires. No, I want that guy to be voice acting until he's 150.
And we also have some of the best side characters. For Mimir, we have Alistair Duncan. For Sindri, we have Jeff Golka. And for Brock, we have Danny Woodburn. Dude,
I was really hoping you would say Danny DeVito for Brock.
That'd be hilarious.
Would be such a good casting. Dude, that would have been amazing. That would have been a great casting. Come on.
I feel like you'd have way too many Disney Zeus type of comparisons. Because Danny DeVito was the voice of that little Sith Satyr guy.
Because I think it'd be hilarious if you made Brock Danny DeVito and then you do a couple jabs at Disney with the voice of Phil. You know?
Yeah.
I think it'd be great.
It
would have been amazing.
That would be hilarious. What's taken me out of this is what's really make me excited for this is Thor's actor Olafur he looks exactly like the character design in the game for Thor. He looks amazing. And I don't know if you guys know him from his role in Severance, but it's phenomenal, and I'm gonna show this clip for you guys here. So go to the stream. Like his
let me get into the stream.
This scene alone in Severance is worth seeing him as Thor.
I'm trying to get my mouse to work. Did it die while we've been recording? I'm gonna be so pissed.
Oh no!
I just bought this mic. I just bought this, man. Come on! Why are you doing this to me now? Literally, why does this always happen to me? We're recording some cool shit that I'm really passionate about, and my shit breaks. I swear to God, it happens every time. Ask Josh how many times we've been recording a fucking Doctor Who episode, and then something just horrendously just explodes.
That's why you just need to buy a $9 mouse from Walmart.
They just have a box of them?
Yeah.
You know what? It's not horrible. It's really funny. I love it, but I also hate it, I think.
Dude, this is why I use wireless Bluetooth mouse.
This is a wireless Bluetooth mouse. It just died. Because somehow I unplugged it. Man. I'll show you later. You'll laugh your ass off. The next time you're at my house, I'll show you.
I bet.
Ugh.
Okay, so this is a scene with Olafur's character, Mr. Drummond. Okay, so there you go.
I have followed protocol, Mr. Drummond. But I thank you.
Oh my
for
God,
your
that is just Thor.
demonstration.
Jesus Christ.
A needlessly complex word for a simple idea.
Oh my God, do you hear him?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel him. Dude, I'm listening on my headphones and I feel it in my chest.
I'm listening on my headphones and I feel it in my
Apologize
loins.
for the word.
He's like, He's like, I apologize for that. And I'm like, oh my God, you're the guy.
This is like Thor if he picked up a shitty 9-to-5.
Sure.
Bro.
Like a public defender.
Yes.
Public defender Thor accidentally breaks his briefcase,
Public
setting it through the
defender
table.
Thor.
Again.
Mr. Drummond.
Again.
Your Honor. Just fucking.
You can feel the gravitas from him.
Absolutely.
Devour
He's got, dude,
Fetchlights.
aura. The
Might help that-
definition of aura.
Might
right
help
there.
that this guy has his own zip code as well.
It means
And I don't mean that he's fat. I
Eat
mean this guy
shit,
looks like he could rip me in
Mr.
half.
Drummond.
He really, like, literally, like a book. Like those guys used to do it with a phone book.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The phone book, for those of you playing at home, it was a large book they delivered to your house that had phone numbers in it.
It's true. And then you'd ask your mom if you could call the local pizza spot, and then she'd go yes, and you'd go, what is it called? And she'd go, I don't know, they serve pizza. And you'd spend the next 45 minutes trying to figure out which one was the pizza spot.
Said floor comprises the whole of my jurisdiction.
I love him too, by the way, this actor. He's
Oh
great.
yes,
Oh, yeah.
phenomenal actor.
Monosyllabically.
Also, magnificent
It's
mustache.
not my fault.
Mm.
I love
What
very,
Mark
very,
Scout
very.
does when he is not at work.
I feel like it's hard to
It's
rock a
yours.
solo stash with his face shape, but he is just fucking killing it.
Yeah, he is.
100%.
Because it can look very comical, and he's just got this like super chiseled situation. But yeah, no, that
It
Thor,
really is. He has a
That
mustache
Thor?
afro.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking in my
It's
head,
like,
but
it's
I
like
couldn't find
almost
the words
sculpted.
to make the
It's
word
like
pictures
sculpted.
happen.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's sculpted the same way the hair on his head is cut in a way that his mustache is not just hair poking out of his face.
It's like an
It's like a-
accent.
Yeah. I was
I
really
love it.
amazed by it. Sorry, a mustache afro. Afro
Right?
stash?
I have some facial hair envy.
Make
I've
sure
kind of
there's a
got
picture
dirty
of me on
white
the
boy
screen when I
going
say
on.
this, so people know that I'm a black guy.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I've got your pasta's cake. Pasta's cake.
Don't put a picture of me. I want to remain racially ambiguous. It's gonna be really
There
funny.
you go.
Dude, it. This is funny.
You know, I had
We went for all
somebody,
of-
slight side tangent, just really quick. I had somebody, IkiCon, say, I had seen a couple of your guys' shorts, and I'm surprised you are the color you are to me at IkiCon.
Oh my
And I
God,
went,
that's awesome.
oh,
Thank
okay,
you?
thanks, I guess. Maybe? I'm not sure how to take
Question
that.
mark? But dude, yeah, so Olafur looks phenomenal. Like his acting is great. I can fully believe that he will be able to take on the role and actually look like Thor from the game.
Oh, yeah. Like,
yeah,
I
for
think
real.
that,
No, for real.
I think that on top of it, especially with the stoicism he had, and that specific like still that that started with
The
that
scene,
clip.
yeah.
Yeah, he just kind of radiates "Don't fuck with me," which I think, especially Thor, before you spoilers for God of War Ragnarok, a game that's been out for fucking ages now. When you kill his brother, he gets really upset about it, right?
Oh,
and I
imagine.
think that is where he is going to really shine. And I think it's also literally the fucking role he was born for, because his last name is goddamn Olafsson. Like, come on.
Yes. Couldn't
I agree.
have picked a better guy. Couldn't
Not at
have
all.
picked a better guy.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Okay, dude, yeah, I'm very much looking forward to God of War, but you also, you know what? Another movie I'm really looking forward to is Masters of the Universe.
Okay, so
I'm upset.
heard
I'm upset at
about
the
this.
studios because they released this right before our right after our
Yes.
recording last time.
Yes, I do remember this because you brought it up, and I went, "Oh fuck yeah!" And you know what's really funny?
Hmm.
My dad, my dad, very lovely gentleman, right?
Yeah.
Has a similar problem to me, but less of a handle on his own finances. What I mean by that is my mom doesn't allow him to have a credit card because he has bought both the Conan the Barbarian Arnold Schwarzenegger sword and, wonderful segue, the He-Man sword. So, and they're like real steel. Like, you could fucking defend your home with them. Like, they're heavy. And I remember I was like, how much do you pay for this? And he's like, enough that your mom made me sleep on the couch. And I was like, okay, understood. That must have been a pretty penny.
Woo. Yeah, dude. Master of the Universe looks so much better than I thought it would. Like, it looks straight out of the actual cartoon. It looks amazing. Like, even Skeletor, even Jared Leto as Skeletor, you wouldn't know that's Jared Leto just by his physique. That Skeletor looks amazing.
That's not Skeletor, that's just Jared Leto.
Shut up.
You're so stupid. I love you. That was the best. He goes, I was waiting for Skeletor to come out. That's just him. That's just
Do you like how flat I delivered it too? I was like, there was no hint. For a moment, I heard Josh get audibly confused because like, what the fuck? What is he talking about? Maybe he's right.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Dude, yeah, is great. The trailer looked amazing as well.
Also, his tits look amazing. Good for him.
Jesus Christ.
Good for him. This man, all right, he's an older guy. Look at that.
Those pecs,
I'm just saying, dude. I hope that at that age I look that good.
Toothberry.
I hope there is a reference to the meme to the He-Man meme in this movie, because if not,
Also,
it's a shame.
Keep in mind.
You talking about the until next time, dude? If they don't say even a passing.
Oh no! I want the
until we meet again.
Until we meet again.
That's what I want. If I don't get an until we meet again, even if they do it with no irony, he just says until we meet again. It's gonna be a missed opportunity, and I'll be mad.
Also, wait, I want to ruin your guys' day for a second. How old do you think Jared Leto is? Because I'm about to completely destroy your lives.
50.
He's 50 fucking 4.
54?
Wow.
Yeah, he looks like he's in his 30s. Is he like, I don't know what this guy might be.
Okay, I'm looking back at
he's a real life Morbius.
Yeah, I'm looking back at the poster for Tron Ares. Okay, I can see 54, but he looks like he's 45.
Nah, dude, like any like picture from 2026 where they're not purposefully trying to make him look old as fuck, like for movies and shit. This is a picture of Jared Leto this year.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm going to show you. Oh, I'll put it here. This is from his Instagram. That just looks like a 30-year-old. He looks like a guy that would buy shitty coffee at Starbucks. All right?
Oh, my
also,
God.
A
You almost
second
want to
thing
sit here and go, you want to ask him, have you even seen He-Man originally? Like, that's how young he looks.
Like, and that's why I think it's so beautiful, because I also am going to ruin something for our younger viewers. If you've ever listened to 30 Seconds to Mars, he was originally their lead vocalist.
Oh,
yeah, he was.
No, I forgot that.
Yeah.
You are right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking horrible information. You know, there is a universe where he just continued to make really, really good music, and we never had to get him playing the Joker.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
We should be living in that universe. Yeah.
Missed opportunity. We're in the wrong timeline, guys.
We're in the wrong timeline, dude.
We really are.
It's great. Mr. Know-It-All. As the gentleman with the most knowledge of Master of the Universe, what do you think of this trailer?
I loved it. I had no problem. Some people had some issues with like, oh, why are we starting in the real world? Because we need an analog. And the last time they tried to do this movie, they gave us Courtney from Courtney Cox and some other guy whose name I can't remember, but he was totally in all the 80s movies. And they tried to then make them our viewpoint perspective POV characters, and then threw us into a He-Man story that was kind of already in progress. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this. I'm like, oh well, because there's context for the idea that his mother comes from Earth and everything else. So I was like, okay, I immediately didn't bump into that. And then we get into all the other stuff, and like then there's so much perfection from the designs of the costumes. I wish Tila had her hair up in a bun. I don't know why she doesn't. And then, but also like the Cringer looks amazing. The sorceress looks amazing. The castle looks like the castle. And then there's that scene, and it's all in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything. It's all in the trailer, guys. But when he's literally holding up the sword and they flash, the lightning comes off. If you even just pause it, it comes off in like curving rivulets, and then it flashes the castle, and I'm like, you son of a god! Like I feel like someone said, we have to recreate this shot, or the fans will kill us.
It's got to be shot for shot.
Well, and you know what? I do want to say that I think I'm gonna also sip haterade on because I have seen Reddit have a mixed reaction to the trailer.
Same, no, I have. Go ahead.
Reddit doesn't count.
I think that if you think they shouldn't have started in the modern era, you're fucking stupid. Because, all right, and I know that's I don't usually call people fucking stupid, but if you really like the franchise, which is, by the way, at probably the weakest it's ever been, right?
Sure.
If I tell
100%.
a kid, do you know who He-Man is? He's going to be like, is that his pronouns? You know, and like, I get it, because
Wow.
who the fuck is He-Man at this point? You know what I mean?
You went there.
I did. I mean, that's so true, right? Like, if I ask a
great.
fucking 12-year-old who He-Man is, he's not gonna get it, man. And like, I think this is how they bring it in the modern era. I think if they went straight fantasy, like in the cartoons with it immediately, there'd be no way for anyone to connect to it, because we have such like a fantasy like burnout because of all of these like Game of Thrones type films and shit, and Lord of the Rings, and this kind of overblown amount of really good fantasy stuff, that it'd be too hard of a bar to meet. But I think that because they're going modern first, and I hope we eventually get our wacky kind of like sci-fantasy nonsense bullshit that we could get if this goes really well, I think this is the way they started, and I think this is the way they create a solid franchise. I really do.
Yeah.
Because you can see the love in every inch of this trailer.
Dude, you can. I think we're going to get like the first 5 or 10 minutes in Eternia, then he gets transported to Earth, like his mother transports him to Earth, Adam, and then we get the next 30, 40 minutes, 45 minutes on Earth, and then we go back to Eternia. That's how I think the structure of the back and forth is going to work. But
I also think that we're going to see Jared Leto. If I was a betting man, because I know very little other than just having watched the trailer because you sent it to me.
I would actually be totally fine with seeing Skeletor before he gets turned into Skeletor.
That's what I was gonna say. Is
like they did that in the cartoon. Like they did that in the 2011 cartoon.
Okay, so technically, right, in the mini comics, because my dad was like, He-Man and Conan the Barbarian were his favorite
love
comics.
You.
Right? Love you too, bro.
Man's went
was,
uber nerd.
Right?
So
So
for
that's
real.
why actually Keldor was originally the long lost brother of King his name starts with an R, I don't fucking remember.
Randor.
But he was Randor, there you go. He was the long lost brother of him, right? And we don't see visual representation of him or anything like that. He's mentioned as like a throwaway. Right,
Yeah.
I do remember because my dad did this actually like when I was maybe 12. And then in the reboot, they were like, "Hey, this is a really cool idea. I like this character concept. Let's introduce him into the story as this really powerful foil to the powers of good." And it's kind of like a Luke, I am your father type bullshit. Not quite, but like in a similar vein of I was a good guy once.
Yeah.
And I think that the way they deliver that will either make or break Skeletor as Jared Leto. Because I think Jared Leto can do a great Skeletor. Do I think he can do a great Keldor? Fuck no. But I'm ready to be surprised.
Can you imagine? Oh my gosh, I can't even.
I can't wait.
Do you think they'll do that? Do you think they'll do that? Do you think they'll actually try to like do some flashbacky thing?
I'd be down with that.
Okay.
I'm totally fine with seeing Skeletor beforehand.
What I want you to do is put yourself in the brain space of rewatching that trailer in your head. You're like, good trailer. Oh my god, beautiful. My childhood type shit.
Not my childhood, but yeah.
I mean, like, some of this shit was before they invented color. That's true. I get where you're coming from, John. So I'm sorry. I'm just being a goof. No, but so I want you to put yourself in that headspace, and I want you to think about where they would logically take Skeletor, and that's the only place I can think of to go to the same level of cool as fuck and callbacks and respecting the source material as the rest of the trailer.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's
You know?
what they're gonna do. Though the big question
Yeah,
is,
that makes sense. That makes sense.
the biggest question is, how soon are they going to introduce She-Ra in this?
If
God, I
she's
hope
not
it
the
doesn't even happen in
post-credit
this one.
scene or the ending, I will be surprised. I don't want that. I do not want that. Let me be clear. I do not want that. I feel like you respect this enough to let He-Man stand on his own, and then maybe a next movie maybe then you introduce the concept, and then a third movie you bring her in, and then kind of bring that whole universe together.
Because She-Ra had her own fucking Netflix show, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, we've gotten so much She-Ra over the past 2 decades. I want some goddamn good He-Man. Give me some bro dude shit. All right.
Now, did
It's
you or
okay.
did you not like the adaptation or the continuation that Netflix did?
I think it was one of the shows of all time.
Stop it.
not
Okay,
bad.
so
It's not great. It's not bad in my opinion.
You didn't like Mark
I'm
Hamill as Skeletor?
I'm a huge fan
I
of
love Mark Hamill in everything.
Powerhouse. Those Powerhouse animation guys can do no wrong. Like, the animation is impeccable.
Love
it
Powerhouse.
looks gorgeous.
Local Texas guys.
It looked gorgeous. They clearly understood the lore of He-Man, even if they didn't necessarily respect it the way I would have wanted them to. They presented stuff that I recognized that world. I didn't necessarily agree with the decision to pull focus from the main guy for whatever reason that happened. And I'm not going to even pretend. I'm not going to put like a weird, like, political correctness type thing or woke spin people might think. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that
even really
discourse.
give a shit about that stuff, to be honest.
I think
with you.
creative
I just think
choice. I think the creative choice was wrong. I think they could have taken, even if you wanted to make her a more powerful presence than she used to be in the old show, you still should have had more of what was going on.
Especially for the time, she was really fucking strong as a female. Right? As a female lead.
Very.
Like,
oh my God.
It's super empowering. And there were definitely some, you could see that the time it was made in sometimes, all right? I'm not going to fucking say that you weren't, but it was so progressive. And I understand why they went the way they did, but I think it really detracted from the character as a whole, which is why I'm like, it's one of the shows of all time.
Another female-led property that I would love to see a resurgence in is Xena, the Warrior Princess.
Yes! Oh my God, yes!
Wow,
dude, me and my sister used to do the Xena the Warrior Princess call.
Yeah,
dude.
It's
so fucking cool. She has this battle cry. She comes in, she kicks the shit out of people, and then she fucks off. It's so awesome.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's real. I love that. I used to love that show.
It's so good.
So good.
It helped that she was really pretty. Okay, as a young man.
but not only was she pretty though, but I tell you what, she was. But you know what's funny? She had the broad shoulders, and she carried herself like the strong character she was portraying. Like it was. She was never. I never once felt Xena was a Mary Sue. I always felt like Xena was just a strong bad bitch, in a way that I think today's Mary Sues are very dishonest about. And I'm like, you are not being faithful to what Xena gave you. Shake what Xena gave you. Don't do something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I would love to see that.
I love me some Xena.
Now, yeah.
Right, like I think that Xena could come logistically next if people really like this Masters of the Universe thing.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
we can see Xena get some love because I think she is in a very similar vein as, He-Man and Masters of the Universe and stuff like that. And I think that, honestly, I hope that we just get so much more 80s love. There's so many really good 80s properties that if they were cared for right, we could stop having... I know I hate, and I'm a maximum hater for retelling good stories because you can't write new ones, but I'm tired.
What they do have to do, if they do a resurgence of Xena, is bring Lucy Lawless in to the property, or into the reboot.
Yeah, I agree.
She doesn't even have to be Xena again. She doesn't have to be Xena,
make her like
but
an elder or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they should probably bring Carl Urban. Fair. They should probably bring Carl Urban back as Julius Caesar, though. That'd be fun.
Yeah, anything with Carl Urban.
Awesome.
Anything with Carl Urban is great. Yeah,
for real.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, so before we go, I do actually have a little game that I wanted to play. Before we go, so. This is a one
That's
has
right,
to
we're
go.
Playing Monopoly.
We're playing Monopoly. Get ready for a 4-hour episode, guys.
and there's gonna be no visuals. You're just
No,
gonna hear all
no
of this
visuals,
fucking
and we're not gonna
Close
be
your
friends.
eyes
subtract into
and
hating
play
each
with
other.
us.
No visuals. We're not gonna be friends after this, and the podcast is gonna be finished after this.
Oh no,
Okay,
no,
so-
you've still got me for 6 episodes per my contract, sir. I'm just gonna be insufferable. All right.
Insufferable.
Like,
Okay,
I don't
so
care if the
this,
game finishes or not. One of you is going to owe me rent by the time we're done.
yeah. So this is a movie game. This is a movie game.
Okay.
One of these movies has to go, and this is specifically Steven Spielberg filmography. So the movies that are going to be in play are Jaws from 75, Close Encounters of the Third Kind from 77, Raiders of the Lost Ark from 81, E.T. from 82, and Hook from 1991. So one of these movies has to go, and explain your reason why.
Okay, one more time. Give me a
Okay.
list again one more time.
The list is Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, E.T., and Hook.
I think, me personally, right?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
all
stand
personal.
on business.
Yeah.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind is the least influential of all of those films.
That is
I
a
do
wonderful
get-
point.
I do get that, they do like the little gray man, but
Mhm.
that's been a thing for like 20 years at this point. Look at any like drive-in film from the 50s and 60s. I think this is just a rehash of a different tale with good writing, don't get me wrong, it's really good. And I like the way that they kind of, I would say it is almost a comedy with the way that they approach it at times.
That's fair.
But I think
That's
out
fair.
of everything, if you deleted this from our timeline, I don't think we lose that many great films that were inspired by it.
So
They
I'm going to
would've been
tell.
inspired by others.
I wanna come back. I wanna follow him up, right? Because I
Yeah.
agree with him. So he and I do agree, but I want to give a reason why I agree.
Okay.
Like I was originally considering E.T., but the truth is E.T. does more precisely what in Close Encounters wanted to do, but wasn't brave
Yep.
enough to do because he was too busy trying to throw big ideas out there. And E.T. realizes that the story makes more sense bringing it small and down home and making it about this kid's experience with alien species or alien encounters, if you will, rather than this big idea of all the people in the world and blah blah blah. It's too big, and whereas E.T. goes much granular. I agree with him. I think Close Encounters got to go. I know it's not what you want to hear. You were like, give me something else to compete with, but no, I do think that's the one that's got to go.
No,
no,
That's my
I think
vote.
that's
that's
real, and
that's actually perfect.
I think, too, that it's probably also a factor of age. I think that, what is he, like, Spielberg's, like, 30-something? So he's, like, probably mid-30s, closing towards
Good point.
the kind of halfway point of his mid-30s, where he's, like,
Sure.
kind of pushing towards the 40s. I think he got to a point where he was like, you know what? My filmography can stand on its own. I've made some hits. And I think that's why when E.T. came so close after, when you think about it, because they're such similar films, right? I think it was like, 77 was Close Encounters, and I think it was like 81, 82 for E.T., some shit like that.
Yeah, E.T. was
Does that
82.
sound right? There
Yeah.
you go. Hell yeah. Look at me. I'm just using my bar trivia knowledge, man. But yeah, I think to kind of collab on that, I think that's why. I think that we would have eventually got on E.T. regardless, and I think that all it was just experience, street cred, and him getting so old that he didn't give a fuck anymore. Because I don't know about you guys, but the older I get, the less of a fuck I give.
I mean,
No, yeah,
that sounds
I
like
believe-
my experience.
Yeah, I believe. So we're basically chucking out Close Encounters and bringing in Disclosure Day from later this year. All right, I get it. No, what's hilarious is that
I
we
didn't
all,
say that. Don't you put words in my mouth.
what's
For
hilarious
real,
is
I'm
that we all
down.
agree. What's hilarious is
thing
we
is,
all
I have
agree.
a-
We're all going
see-
for Close Encounters.
But I have a feeling that what
Yeah.
we're going to get out of Disclosure is going to actually be a full circle idea, and that I think we're going to get what E.T. was, but for grown-ups. And I don't mean a cute, cuddly alien. I mean we're going to get the discourse that Close Encounters was not intelligent enough at the time to have. That's not an insult or a dig. That's just where he was. He was a young filmmaker telling big ideas, and it's more precise, or at the very least more realistic and grounded than what E.T. gave us. So I do believe we may get the movie he wished Close Encounters would have been.
Yeah, because I remember by the way, Close Encounters is my pick as well for which one has to go.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
It's hilarious.
It.
It's hilarious. There's no discourse in the comments. Yeah, so I remember Close Encounters. Like, I haven't watched it in a couple years, but I do remember it quite well. And like, honestly, the only really impact that I can remember from all of pop culture media is the da 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 da.
Oh, totally.
And like, I think that has more impact in pop culture media than anything else in the movie.
You know, I wanna offer another one that I think would be fine if we lost.
Yeah.
Even though I would argue it's very influential to people even knowing this concept and this story existed in the past, like in this century, honestly.
All right, be careful.
2000 after. I think if we got rid of Spielberg's War of the Worlds in 2005, which is I think how most people from like honestly like the 90s and 80s onwards heard about War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
I think it'd be okay. I don't think it was that influential. I think we would have missed out on War of the Worlds' original story, which was fucking fantastic.
But besides
you know?
besides the
We missed out
radio
on
drama,
Cloverfield, too.
besides the radio drama, has there ever actually been a well documented adaptation of War of the Worlds?
No.
I will say this about the Spielberg movie. It is the first time I ever believed that Tom Cruise was just a guy and not a superhero. He was so human.
Yeah.
He was such a crap dad who in bad situations was like, oh my God, I don't know how to be a good protector. Oh my God, I don't know how to do this thing, but I have to clearly because I can't leave them my effing kids. What am I going to do? And I just feel like I loved him. I like the movie because of him. I really could care less about the movie. I loved Cruise in it.
You know what I think it was? I'm going to be such a bastard about this.
You go.
So Tom Cruise is, if you remember, I think that's what, 2005, 2006, something like that?
2005, yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So Tom Cruise's career wasn't all that great back then. I think it was one of his wives at some point introduced him to Scientology.
Oh, no.
And I think that wasn't that right around the time where he became a very big advocate for Scientology?
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think so, yeah.
I think he totally became out of touch when he fully committed to Scientology, and that's why it's so hard to believe he is just a dude in any of the different films that he plays in now.
Yeah, I can get behind that. Yeah, I can agree with that. Oh God, it's interesting.
I know. Listen, man, I am if nothing else a good guy at doing the Pepe Sylvia bit.
Yeah, I believe it. All right, that. Okay, not less of a game than I thought it'd be, but yeah, that's great. Okay, so that'll be it for this episode, guys. Hopefully, y'all had a good time, and gentlemen, thank you for coming on, and we will see everyone again in 2 weeks, give or take, roughly 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I gotta say, I always enjoy just yapping with you guys and talking about
shit. No, for sure.
Absolutely. All right, guys.
Even when you have bad opinions on horror.
And we'll leave it there. Hopefully you all have a good weekend.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.